Another day, another real world test. Today, we're going to be testing the ASUS ROG Phone 2. And in these tests, if you guys aren't familiar, I'm gonna basically just go out, do my normal day, check in on the battery every now and then and see how that's lasting throughout. And also I'm gonna take photos on this and a bunch of other phones, put them up on the screen so you guys can see a camera comparison between how this one does versus all of the others. Now, first though, coffee. Hotel coffee, it'll do. Real quick though, let's start this off by checking in on the battery. I took it off its charger at 9 a.m. It is now 11:05 and we are at 91%. Now, you may have realized, those eagle-eyed viewers out there, that it might seem like, well, I'm not in New York anymore. You'd be right. I'm actually in Montana, which I've never been to before. But the reason I'm here is because Justine and Jenna have partnered with Sony, and they're doing like a camera camp where they're gonna, let us use Sony's products and kind of do classes and activities and all this stuff in this beautiful place that is Montana. So I got here last night at like midnight, went straight to the airport hotel, and now I have to walk back to the airport over there to get picked up in a shuttle to then actually take us to where we're supposed to be going, which is like a dude ranch almost. There we go, made it to Sony's camera camp. It is beautiful here. I do not think I'm gonna have a hard time finding things to take photos of for the comparison part of this video. Crazy, right? Anyway, let's check in on the battery while we're at it. It is 1:44 p.m. and we are at 78%. We're gonna talk a little bit about the ASUS ROG Phone 2. Well, first thing, the screen. It is 120 hertz. So like everybody's talking about the 90 hertz that OnePlus has, this is more than that. Honestly, it's hard to tell in my mind the difference between a 90 and a 120 hertz screen, but it does feel really smooth. You have to go into settings and turn it on, which I've done, and I will be using it like that all day, so keep that in mind for the battery test. But, I mean, swiping through everything, it feels like the OnePlus does, like any of those other high refresh rate devices do. It just feels good. And also it has the Snapdragon 855 Plus, so it's the top of the line chipset from Qualcomm. So it's just, it runs really smooth is the point. Now the interesting thing about that though, is that it is a gaming phone, right? That's what it's marketed as, and we'll get to more of that, and I'll show you some games and some things that I like and don't like about the gaming part of it. But because it is a gaming phone, that 120 hertz screen doesn't actually work in most games. So you need to keep that in mind. Unless the game specifically supports that refresh rate, you won't be able to tell the difference on this screen versus any other one. So yeah. A little bit of why I'm here. This is an event that Justine and Jenna and Sony have put together called Camera Camp, and it's basically like the concept is that Sony throws these events year round, and they're meant to bring, people together to play with their cameras and whatever, but they've kind of teamed up with Jenna and Justine to kind of do one that's a little more creator focused, which I appreciate, obviously. And so we have like classes every day. It's a 3-day long thing. There's excursions and stuff. I just had surgery, so I will not be doing a lot of the excursions, but I'm kind of thankful that I could even make it here and fly, which is cool. But I will be playing with some other cameras. Stay tuned for that, and some other Sony gear, so kind of excited about that. Honestly, just really thankful to be here. Happy to have been invited. Feeling pretty grateful about all that. Okay, and while we're sitting down taking a break, let's check out the battery. It is 5:47 p.m. and we are at 58%. Okay, real quick, let's talk about the gaming on this device. Now, I've said in the past that I don't think gaming is that much different on gaming phones than it is on non-gaming phones. Performance-wise, they're all very similar. I have to say, though, that with the ROG Phone 2, I find myself wanting to use it to play games more. And it's not the fact that it has that crazy chipset, whatever. It's not the performance. There's a couple of hardware things, right? So first off, there's the air triggers. Now these are like touch sensitive areas at the top of the phone whenever you have it in landscape mode that you can actually control and select where on the screen you want them to initiate taps, right? So you can basically, any type of game that you're playing, and they only come up in games for some reason, but any type of game you're playing, you can put them on the screen wherever those buttons are supposed to be, and then instead of tapping the screen, you can tap the air triggers. And honestly, it's not a big deal, right? Because you could just tap the screen, but it just makes it feel so much more, I don't know, console-like, controller-like. I like it. Other than that, the other big thing that is really cool when you're trying to game on a phone that this phone has that other ones don't is the two different USB-C ports. We have the one at the bottom, and then we have the one on the side. Now the one on the side is great. When you're trying to play a game, you can actually plug into that without it getting in the way of your hands. And it's little things like that that I do think makes this phone a little more interesting to game on it, at the very least. Okay, we had dinner. We all went out and had the same idea of taking photos of the sunset because it's a room full of creators. It's just what happens. But let's check in on the battery now. It is 9:19 p.m. and we are at 41%. Now, I've been gaming on this. I'll show you all the screen on time when we're done. But I've been gaming. I've been like doing all my normal messages and everything, just so you know, like, just because you didn't see it on camera doesn't mean it didn't happen. It's just boring for me to shoot everything I've been doing on it, so just so you know. One thing I do want to talk about really quick though, for content, not just games, it's actually a really decent contender because it has that awesome screen, honestly, with the 120 hertz and all that, which we talked about, but also the speakers. The speakers are proper. They're both front facing, so your hands don't get in the way when you are trying to play a game or whatever, and your hands are on the side. Normally you would like cover one of the speakers and muffle the sound. They both face front properly and they sound great. They get really loud too, which is kind of nice. Okay, now let's go get some night shots with it now outside, because also I heard that there might be s'mores. And there we go, calling it a night. It is 10:15 p.m. We are at 30%. And here is my screen on time, not for today, but actually for a time that I spent more time gaming and doing a lot more things on it and got it a lot lower in battery, just so you guys have a better example of like, if you really max it out, what'll happen. Now, honestly, it's impressive. The battery life on this is crazy. Unless you're gaming a lot and you're like trying to kill the phone, it'll probably last you a day. And then if you're not gaming on it, it'll easily last you a day. So that's awesome. But there you go. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Suggestions on how to make the next one better, always appreciated. Or what you guys think about the phone in the comments below. Love to hear from you guys. Otherwise, head to the channel and subscribe and ding the bell next to where subscribe so you get notified when I do new videos. I have a bunch of other phones and other devices coming here while I'm at this camp. And we'll be trying to do real-world tests on all of them. So stay tuned for that, including the new iPhones. Now, as always, regardless, thanks for watching.